SMB, self-made bully.
It's yours truly, Thisguy tlove, coming at you once again with more sports news, NFL insight, what's going on with teams, what's going on with players, and what's going on around the league entirely. As usual, we have to pay respects to everybody and their families. I hope everybody's in good health. I hope everybody's doing well. My prayers are out to you during the quarantine process. Now, with that being said, let's get on to some sports. Recently, we talked the top 3 receivers, in my opinion, coming out in the NFL draft of 2020. We talked about what they might bring to the table and who they might even go to. Now, let's talk about the running back position. Running backs. Yes, the running back position. We're going to talk about the NFL 2020 draft prospects at the running back position. We're going to talk 3 known running backs that everybody's very familiar with, that everybody talks about as days get closer to the NFL draft. Also going to talk about 3 unfamiliar names that we should know about. But first, let's get to the running backs that we know of. Jonathan Taylor out of Wisconsin. Very familiar name that we hear of a lot. And in my opinion, I think he's going to be the first running back off the board. Ideal size, ideal weight, and he recently posted a 4.3 40 in the 40-yard dash at the NFL Combine. So to me, that put him at the top of the draft boards at the running back position. Like a lot of Wisconsin running backs, he's very productive, and I don't think he should lack any production once he gets to the NFL. I think he's going to be a solid draft pick at his position, and whoever gets him, I think they're going to be very satisfied. Another running back coming out of Georgia is DeAndre Swift. DeAndre Swift, too, is the ideal size and weight, and like his name, he's very shifty on his feet. He knows how to make a lot of people miss in the open field and in between tackles, and he also has top-end speed, so once he gets to the secondary, he can finish and go for 6. Just like Georgia, he too comes from a long line of running backs that's very productive in the college league and also productive in the NFL. So just like Jonathan Taylor, I don't see any team that drafts him being dissatisfied. They should definitely be satisfied picking a player like DeAndre Swift. And also, J.K. Dobbins. J.K. Dobbins out of Ohio State. He's a fun player to me. He's a little smaller, but he's very built in his frame. He reminds me of Maurice Jones-Drew. Jones-Drew was smaller in size, but very stocky. Bounced off a lot of tackles, finished a lot of runs on his feet, getting to the end zone. I see the same thing in J.K. Dobbins. He catches balls out the back of the end zone. He runs good between the tackles, and he can stretch it to the outside if he needs to. He has the speed to do it all. He also has the size to get him in between the tackles and out in space. Now, let's talk the 3 running backs that a lot of people aren't talking about. These 3 running backs are sleeper backs to me. Whoever gets these 3 running backs are going to get gems. I think these are going to be the Phillip Lindsays of the NFL. I think it's going to be the Brian Westbrooks of the NFL, or even the Eddie Lacy of the NFL. So let's get into who these 3 running backs are. The first running back I want to talk about is Xavier Jones out of SMU. Xavier Jones, now that's your ideal running back. Xavier Jones, 5'11", 208 pounds. I'm not sure what his 40 time is, but from watching him on film, I definitely know he knows how to finish the play and he knows how to get in the end zone. Xavier Jones rushed for 1,200 yards his senior season and got in the end zone 23 times. 23 times in one season at the running back position is very good numbers. So everybody keep that name in mind. Xavier Jones out of SMU, running back. I look for him to whoever team he goes to, he's going to be considered the steal of that team's draft. Also at the running back position, who I look forward to seeing play in the big league, is Levante Bellamy. Levante Bellamy is a running back out of Western Michigan. Now he's a little smaller in frame. He's 5'9", about 190 pounds. But one thing about Levante Bellamy, he's shifty and he has top end speed. Once he hits the secondary, that's it. You can't catch him at an angle. You're not going to chase him down. And I've seen him run between the tackles, and he's very solid between the tackles. I only see him putting on a little more weight, gaining more bulk once he gets to the NFL. So I think he's definitely going to be a very dangerous pick. Levante Bellamy, in my opinion, is a sleeper who I would want my Dolphins to draft in the 3rd or 4th round. I don't think they're going to miss with this guy. Obviously, we're not going to take him in the 1st round, but Levante Bellamy is definitely a game changer with the ball in his hands. So everybody remember that name, Levante Bellamy out of Western Michigan. And my last sleeper pick at running back, A.J. Dillon. A.J. Dillon is a big boy, 6 feet, 245 pounds. Now that's big for a running back. But not only is that big, A.J. Dillon has speed. I don't think it's 4.3 or 4.4 speed. I'll say about a low 4.5, mid 4.5 speed. But definitely has the speed to get to the end zone. His size, I don't see anybody wanting to get in his way. This dude has tree trunk for legs, not to mention he's already 6 feet tall. So once he gets in between the trenches, you better come with it if you're going to get in his way. If not, you're going to get rolled over. A.J. Dillon is a stud at running back. A.J. Dillon is a solid player coming out of Boston College. Played for Boston College for 2 years. He rushed over 1,600 yards. Double-digit touchdowns. I believe about 15 touchdowns. I'm not too sure. But he definitely had double-digit touchdowns, rushing for over 1,600 yards and 300-plus carries. So you know he's a workhorse. You know he can handle the load. He could hit you in the trenches. He could bounce it to the outside. And is not an easy guy to bring down. So when you come at A.J. Dillon, you better come with everything. Definitely not a small guy. And he's definitely not an easy guy to bring down. Like I said, rushed for over 1,200 yards, 240-plus carries, finding the end zone 23 times. So remember, Xavier Jones out of SMU, ideal size and weight, good speed at his position. I look for him to be an immediate impact in whatever team drafts him, and definitely a gem in the mid-rounds of the NFL 2020 draft. Levante Bellamy out of Western Michigan. He too finished for 1,200-plus yards, 23 touchdowns, and also over 260-plus carries. So that lets you know that even though Levante Bellamy is small, he can still handle the workload. Top end speed, he looks like he runs about a 4.4 low or a 4.3 high. Either way, get him the ball, get him to the secondary, and he's gone for 6. Levante Bellamy should definitely be a gem for whatever team drafts him in the NFL 2020 draft. Last but not least, A.J. Dillon. A.J. Dillon, the 6-foot power back out of Boston College, finishing for over 1,600 yards rushing, 300-plus carries. We know he can handle the workload, and he's a beast to bring down. I can't wait to see who picks him up. A team like the Denver Broncos or the Pittsburgh Steelers, who's used to those sturdy backs that like to carry the workload. So everybody pay attention to those 3 names, and let's see where they end up once they're selected in April's 2020 draft to the NFL. So remember, guys, like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you know, guys, when I post a new video, you get that notification and you can see it immediately. Comment. Let me know what you guys think. I want to interact with you guys, hear what you guys got going on and what you think about what's happening around the league. Until next time, be easy.
SMB, self-made bully.